I grew up in the Midwestern United States, and one of the things that I really miss about the Midwest is the storms. I love the storms. And if you talk to the people in the areas that have a lot of tornadoes, and have a lot of really serious cyclonic storms, some of the stories about the damage that the tornadoes do is downright spooky, in the sense that I believe the truth about the nature of these storms and how they behave is not something that science is really entering into the analysis with regards to the phenomenon. And by that I mean that a lot of times these storms are reported to have picked people up, like up into the storm, and then set them back down someplace else without even harming them. There are these amazing stories about survivors of tornadoes. And if you look at the damage sometimes, and you look at the number of people that are actually killed, it's almost as if there's a sort of energy, a sort of intelligent force that's at work in its mechanism, in the way that it actually does its damage. And this is one of the most astounding things. And there are so many of these sorts of natural phenomenon, these sorts of unusual occurrences, that, you know, if someone wasn't in the Midwest and they'd never heard the stories, or, you know, it wasn't in an area where there were a lot of tornadoes, and they hadn't heard the stories about the occurrences, they wouldn't believe it. And in the movie The Wizard of Oz has a very, very dark underlying story to it. There's a very, very dark underlying part that involves the relationship between the tornado and the wizard.